Horror in the sky. What's up, YouTube? Them Blackhawk helicopters. Man, look here, you get up high in that sky if you want to in the man-made cracker machines. That motherfucker, they decide to run a false flag. Right? Now I found this little piece right here. We're gonna run through it right quick. Horror in the sky. Blackhawk chopper. Right? Make sure they say Blackhawk, not the helicopter. 60, 50-something people, 60-something people passed away. Crazy work. Okay, now this was a false flag because it was kind of like the Sandy Hook situation. But the crazy thing is, it's an Illuminati card game card, the Blackhawk card, right? There goes another one, Mom. Better check the candle. Link this resource permanent to any secret government group. All that group's attacks are now privileged, and the group ever becomes neither secret nor government. There's also the deflection card with the president and the black helicopter in the background, right? Now, what makes this even more eerie is they got the Trump Illuminati cards in the Illuminati card game, right? The one on the left, clearly Trump, and the charismatic leader, that's clearly Trump. Let's get into it. Fires in the sky from black helicopters that are unmarked and flying well above FAA regulations are on the rise again. The addition of these menacing entities seem to have blended into the spectrum of our acceptance everyday oddities. Right? It seems that these menacing entities seem to have blended into the spectrum of our acceptable everyday oddities, as no mention of them is ever heard from the controlled New World media. Cattle manipulation, even UFO sightings were associated with the appearance of black helicopters throughout the 80s and 90s, with many outside the mainstream reporting being followed and surveillance at any given time by mysterious helicopters. Okay, now, these black helicopters associated with conspiracies, period. UFOs, secret ops missions, right? 80s and 90s, surveillance, gang stalking. Okay, let's get into it. Illuminated or not random, as more surveillance is now needed to further the next part of the agenda being put forth. The mass assimilation of the country did not take place as planned, so the next phase of this crumbling conspiracy must be set into motion. Specific intel being gathered in roaming patrols of possibly unmanned drones or something even further beyond our scope of what's real is back in play. There has been much speculation since the 80s that these helicopters might be far more advanced than we know and may only resemble such aircraft, not raise even more suspicion. We're in a simulation that's testing our senses and depths of our human experience to its absolute edges and beyond. Those thunderous sounds of black helicopters headed to the mountains from major metropolitan areas are happening regularly without question. The low rumble you hear in the night, making your window slowly vibrate and rattle, is them hovering and gathering information. We're never alone with Big Brother roaming the skies. Okay, so here in the DMV, we got Andrews Air Force Base, all these different bases around, and we see these black helicopters. Okay, neighborhoods late at night riding the dark-colored chariots of the elite. When black helicopters can land in the middle of downtown LA at 10 p.m. on a weekday with no alarm, then a plan is being practiced to make perfect. The amount of data being collected as well as GPS locations being recorded is by design to single out targets. You can be sure that while you're looking at this screen, you may have black helicopters overhead watching and collecting. Stay vigilant, subgenius, Nord, whoever that is. But I just thought this was interesting in the wake of the crashes. You know, keep your head to the skies and watch out for these black helicopters. Let me know what you think in the comments, like and subscribe.